Hey guys, it's me, it's Jess. I'm back. Welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. I thought today I wrote down a bunch of skills that I use to cope, and I thought I would just list them off and briefly talk about them for a little bit. So, let's get started. So my first thing I had down was meditation. We all know that I'm a huge fan of meditation beginning the day, or using it to bring ourselves more consciously to thinking or making decisions when we have to make decisions. Prayer, I'm not doing so much prayer these days, but I have done it. Something to focus on, something to think about, ask for help, for comfort, whatever it is you're seeking, or whatever it is you receive. So it's kind of more of a personal thing, whatever people are looking for. So crafts, lots and lots of crafts, just bracelet making and crocheting and lots of stuff like that. I also sometimes watch, I'll watch YouTube while I do crafts. I've done that in the past, stuff like that. So walks and exercise. I'm not really at a level where I can just go for a run, but definitely in the future I want to consider it a lot of being a runner again. But walks, definitely for me. I have a dog, so it's very easy to take the dog out and go for walks and stuff. But walks in, there's a beautiful cemetery with a pond near us, and there's a nice trail near us, and going into nature. Nature is always like a huge key thing for me, to connecting, feeling at peace and calmness. So yeah, dance and sing. So I seriously do this sometimes. I haven't been doing it lately, but seriously, I do it. I take my headphones and I take some kind of beat song. I like to listen to some a little bit of electrical, I don't even know what you call it, but dance music, I guess you would call it. And I take it and I put it on full blast, and I'll do this when I'm really and bummed out and just feeling really crappy. And I just make myself do the opposite, which I think is actually a DBT skill. I'm not sure. And I do the opposite, and basically most of the time it works. I have some motivation and stuff like that. So it's just initially getting yourself started, and I dance and I dance and I dance and I dance. And sometimes it takes me a while, but I get there, and I feel a lot better and stuff like that. So yeah. Next is clean and organized. I always feel better when things are clean and organized. I use it as a coping skill sometimes. Oh, my cat's in the background. Colossus. And I use it as a coping skill and stuff like that. So I've had times where I just really wasn't doing well, and I'm trying to detach from something or something like that, and I've literally just started tearing the place apart. But honest to God, it works. So yeah. And plus I'm not a huge fan of having a lot of material things around that aren't really serving you any good or to your highest good. So that's just me personally. That's something I've learned too, is that it kind of keeps more anxiety in me than anything. So I watch YouTube obviously on a regular basis. I love it. It's a great resource to learn anything you need to know. You can use YouTube for meditation or relaxing spa music for anything. Sometimes I cook, although I haven't so much lately. Cooking has in the past been a very healing thing for me. Cooking nutritious meals has made me feel really good, and then I can eat really, really good meals, so with no preservatives and stuff. Sometimes I can call someone, although I don't do this as much as I used to. I've kind of started to learn how to kind of cope without calling someone. More so if I call someone, it's usually to a crisis center, because I just feel putting any more You know, there's only so much like our loved ones can do for us, and I don't think it's fair to always rely on them to talk about our issues. So sometimes if I'm in a really bad state and I don't really know what to do, and I really do need a professional to just talk to and, you know, get validated and kind of refocused, I will call a crisis center, and it's very helpful. Baths, I think enough said. I love baths. Baths are awesome. Crystal sage, tarot cards, angel cards, all that kind of stuff I use to kind of escape almost in a healthy way. You know, and yeah. For me, in the past, I've used meetings. I was part of a 12-step program, so I would go to meetings. I don't go to meetings much anymore, but I had used it as a skill to get kind of just out of my own issues and into that kind of thinking, and be around people who had similar issues as me. So also, I think I talked in a previous video recently about the safe place and imagining that I'm in my safe place and kind of escaping that way. I use that too. Journaling is like so good for me. I can get out things, and I can kind of look at situations and look at it. Sometimes I can even change my perspective a bit on it, so I can kind of see other people's what it might feel like for them to be in their shoes with a conflict with me or whatever. I think it's really important to do that, is kind of try to put yourself in the other person's shoes. Gratitude, I think that says enough. You know, gratitude journal, gratitude, just speaking out loud, just being thankful basically, and appreciating what we have, because we actually have a lot of good things going on. It's just we get caught up in the more negative, not so good things that are happening in our lives, and we actually have a lot of good qualities too, which I might do a whole video on that as well. Beauty things like nails and facials and spa stuff and relaxing, great way to kind of take care of yourself and relax and calm down. Nature, as I said, connecting with nature at all is just such a very helpful thing for me to do. It is just so key for me. So yeah, so there's that. And also actually like sex can be a very good thing to kind of do when you're feeling really crummy or you need affection or anything. I think just got to be careful. Like, I know I have a partner, right? So it's like, but you just got to be careful with kind of not overdoing it with that and stuff like that too, and all that kind of stuff. It's a whole other issue. So you can definitely use it as a positive kind of coping skill, and hey, I'm sure other people don't mind. So getting out and changing my environment wherever I am, just changing my environment, change it up, go to get coffee, go sit somewhere else, go sit in nature, just whatever it is, just like changing up my environment, especially if I've kind of been cooped up a lot in like my apartment for like days. Like, I can really feel it get to me. So it's important for me every so often, even like, yeah, I can go for walks with Jake, but going somewhere more than that to like kind of just sit around people and interact in society, because it we can disconnect from society so easily. So, and reading, of course, if you can get lost in a book, that is awesome. I personally have had a lot of troubles reading lately. It's really frustrating. I just can't get myself to sit and read. I just can't do it. And I used to be able to do it for like so long, and maybe I've lost interest, I'm not sure. But yeah, reading has been in the past really helpful for me. And when I've been super depressed but I could still concentrate, I would literally get lost in a book, and it would help me work through my suicidal thoughts. So yeah, that's pretty much the list I made for today. I'm sure there's lots more. I just can't think of them off of my head. things that over the years you kind of build up over the years. But those are kind of some of the main ones, I guess. And there's a lot of little sayings too that kind of help me, like this too shall pass, and the Serenity Prayer helps me a lot too sometimes, stuff like that. Little sayings here and there, tools to help you. So yeah, that is it. I thought I would just go through them all so you could kind of listen and see, yeah, maybe one of these will help you, maybe not, maybe you do one of these, I'm not sure. But comment below if you like, subscribe and share all you want. And yeah, so with that, I am so grateful to be sitting here with you guys. I'm so glad I can share my journey with you. It's helping me. Hopefully it's helping you. And love you guys.